Hello, everybody, and welcome to DM Writer's Room, a show where we demystify the DMing process by coming up with monsters, magic items, dungeons, systems, one-page RPGs, and about 15 other things, including world-building worlds and the occasional minor cosmology, all live with you. If you throw in something into the chat, we will endeavor to do our best to respond to it. Though a lot comes through, we have a lot of things. If we're on a pretty good tear, listen. We got our own stuff going on every once in a while. We miss one or two. It happens. But we'll try to circle back. Today, we are delving into our sort of Halloween season here. We only managed to get... There's not that many Tuesdays this year. Not that many. It was only four of them. So we missed... We already had a little whoopsie-do for one of them. So we're getting in a little late, but I think we can still pull this off. Today, we had an assigned prompt, and then we are going to pick from our options, a familiar format to those long-term fans of the DM Writer's Room style of stream. Each of us is bringing a popular folktale public figure, I guess, cryptid, ghoul, or ghosty, and we are going to go around the horn here, and we're going to pitch them. Mostly, I think, by just saying the name and maybe offering a brief description of what it's going to be. I'm prepared. I know Spencer's prepared. Michael's ready to go. We're rolling. I will kick things off. I think mine is a little done. I think people do it a lot, but I think it's because it bangs so hard. I want to do a tooth fairy. What's going on with that tooth fairy? What's it doing with those damn teeth? What's it doing with those teeth?
What's it building in there?
Yeah, I'm going to go tooth fairy.
Fun.
Michael?
I'm going with... It's a toss-up because I got two fun ideas.
Okay.
But I think in the theme of Halloween, I'm going to go with a scarecrow.
Scarecrow? So tooth fairy, scarecrow.
The one I'm going with is a Hellhest, or potentially pronounced Hellhest. It's Danish. I'm not really sure. I didn't see any pronunciation guides out there.
Cut me off a slice of Hellhest.
Yeah, a Hellhest is a three-legged horse from Danish folklore that brings pestilence and death to the towns that it visits. The story goes that in the olden days, anytime you made a cemetery, you had to consecrate it by burying a living horse in the cemetery before somebody could be buried within it. If you didn't, the Hellhest would show up, make everybody sick, and everybody die. Just absolutely fuck their asses up.
So you had to
There's also a follow-up story where, like, you can destroy the Hellhest by finding the tombstone that's marking, like, where the horse would have been buried. There's a lot of stuff going on with the Hellhest, but that's how that one works.
This sounds like propaganda started by somebody who sells horses. This sounds...
Yeah, right?
This
like,
is
nobody wants the horses.
You didn't bury a horse in there? Damn.
Hey, I got a good one. Nobody's buying it. It's got a lame leg. You could bury that one.
Just some guy standing out back, like, what am I going to do with all these sick fucking horses? It's just a bunch of horses with coughing. Son of a bitch.
Oh, so the three-legged horse can run incredibly fast. Got to put that out there.
Quote,
its trot looks like a gallop.
Specifically.
Oh,
That's how fast it goes.
Now, does it have three legs the normal way? Like one of the legs is missing?
Like it lost one of its front legs.
Okay, I was wondering if it had a sort of tripod chest leg.
That would be way cooler. No, it's just like it lost one of its legs.
The D&D monster design of it all. Okay, so we've got Tooth Fairy, we've got Scarecrow, and we've got Hellhest. We have little fairy that wants your teeth. We have creepy crow scarer who might get off that dang post. And we have three-legged pestilence horse. I fear that, pardon the pun, Spencer's might have the best legs of all of the available options. It's
got three legs to stand on.
Listen, I would love to know what this fairy does with its funky teeth. But there's only one of these three that I've never heard of. So I'm leaning that way a little bit. How does the rest of the crew feel?
I think all are fun. I think that all three could do... I think all three have three legs to run on.
All right.
But only mine literally has 3 legs. Scarecrows have 0.
let's run with the Hellhest, and if we finish fast enough, we'll hopscotch to the next one and see what the vibe is. Okay, so
Hellhest has an advantage in hopscotch too, though.
That's so
No.
true.
Yeah, that's why I picked it, because of how many legs it has.
So the Hellhest is going to be where we're going to sort of kick things off here. So important details immediately jump out, right? Three-legged horse. You said, does it bring pestilence and famine, or just pestilence?
I'm pretty sure just pestilence.
Okay. And it's a curse from failed consecration.
Yeah.
With a sort of additional element of failed, of parentheses, bury a horse alive. Crazy to do it alive.
Yeah. Don't know why they needed that part.
I'm guessing it's just a myth, but I don't know. It's so funny because it's like, what, do you just need a horse soul as a primer? Do you need to like paint some, do you need a thin layer, you need a thin layer of horse soul for the fucking thing to not come around? That's a fun, wait.
The Hellhest and you get sick.
So hear me out. I'm just going to start, we're just going to free association to start things off with. Yeah, I think I've got a stupid connection here that I'm immediately making. You know the trope that like, you shouldn't pass through a burial ground. You don't walk through a cemetery over the graves. You don't pass through like a Native American burial ground. You know, you leave the shits alone. Are you keeping the Hellhest away by making it into a horse burial ground? Like, are you making it superstitious?
Like, I'm not gonna walk through there.
Hellhest's like, fuck that, man. I don't know, which makes like, I don't know. It's just, that was the very first thought I had. I was like, wait, so what keeps the Hellhest away? Is it that it doesn't want to touch where another horse has been? What the fuck?
They're like, this is not my turf. There's already a dead horse here.
There's already a dead horse here. All right, so we want a three-legged pestilence horse. So let's start getting the keywords down here, right? We're building for 5th edition. I'm immediately seeing poison damage. I'm immediately seeing the poisoned condition.
Sure. I'm
feeling con saves move through my body. I'm feeling the constitution saves.
Do we feel like a 3-part attack with stomps?
I like it being able to bonus action stomp if you are already prone. I think that's great. I always love a creature doing something that when you look at it visually, you're like, oh, I bet it can do that. I think that's always a strong choice. And then most importantly, maybe, Spencer said this very specifically, this son of a bitch is quick.
He's very quick. He's very quick. Everybody says that about him.
So, like,
is the thing.
When we're visualizing this creature, I mean, my first mental image is dark gray, kind of emaciated, rotten-looking 3-legged horse running very fast, and its skin, like, flaking off, and that leaving this, like, trail of pestilential cloud behind it is, like, my very first mental image.
That's all true, and how it's typically shown. Its face is a skull.
Like a human skull?
Like, no, like horse skull.
That
and like,
whips
like this
ass.
Around it. Yeah, isn't it crazy?
Is it?
I brought it for a reason.
Is the whole head a skull, or does it seem to have been flayed on its face?
It seems like the face has rotted away to the bone, and then there's like skin from like the back down to the body.
Okay.
So like the back of the head down to the body. That's just where it's burned away the most.
So my immediate thought then is, do we want that to reflect, like, is the symptom of this poison, like, blackening lips? And, like, do you burn face first?
That's pretty sick.
It's just if that's what this thing looks like, right? I want that immediate visual connection. There's something very funny about seeing somebody who's, like, not funny. There's something very interesting about seeing a corpse when you investigate and just its face is rotten away. The rest of its body is still there. I think it's kind of interesting. Combat-wise, I like the speed. I like any horse-type creature. I like being able to trample, knocks you prone, bonus action stomp, damage a prone creature. I think that just makes sense as like a backup. Does this thing have a Now, I was originally going to say breath weapon, but if its whole bit is that it moves fast, I think I want it to have like an aura. I think I want it to have like an evil paladin aura in a 5 feet. And so what it does in combat is it pinballs around.
It's like a monk.
Just to get things in that aura and make you have to make that save.
Yeah, it's like what's the sick ray?
Ray of sickness?
Yeah, I think just give it a ray of sickness. But instead of a ray, it's an aura. It's the exact same spell, but within 10 feet of the creature, you have to make the save, or you get ray of sickness.
Yeah, let's pull up ray of sickness really quick. See what the vibe is there.
Yeah, while you're pulling up, the only other idea I got is like, I think it'd be nasty to get bit by this thing, like instant like rot or something.
Yeah, it might have. Often there will be like real bad. 2d8 poison damage and poisoned condition. I mean, that's just what's on the tin here. So we like maybe the bite being a
Maybe like necrotic, or take away some of the healing.
Okay, bite, necrotic, heal ban ? Okay. Do we want to fight this creature by itself, or does this thing have like zombie road dogs?
It's always dangerous to say fight it by itself, because that's not how D&D works.
My series of my connected questions are: is this a god of horse? Is this the horse god of death? Because if this is like a cruel and capricious god of horses, then I think that I think it rolls up like 8 deep with zombie horses. I think that it is accompanied by riders, riders in the storm, but instead of it being war, pestilence, plague, and famine, it's pestilence and like these undead legendary horses is what I'm getting. I don't know. I like the idea in the way that what I'm specifically thinking of, right, is Orcus, the demon lord of the undead. So let's say that this horse is fucking Horcus, right? It's Horse Orcus.
Yeah, of course.
Orcus rolls up with Saint Kargoth the Betrayer and his 6 nightmare chariot, right? It's not like Orcus shows up and he's by himself. He shows up with the... So my question is, are these like the fallen... are there evil... I'm imagining like the horses of evil knights ride alongside the Hellhest.
Which is pretty badass.
And you don't even really need to get specific about them. You just need to give a couple of stat blocks that are like war horse, draft horse. Like, that way the Hellhest isn't just rolling up solo.
And that's fun because they each do their own thing. Hellhest specifically... Well, Hellhest is doing a lot of stuff, but is specifically quick and makes you sick with its aura. The Warhorse is probably doing some shit like making you swing at whoever's closest to you. So there's an ally next to you, you're attacking them. Like, they're each doing something. Hellhest just has to be the most badass one.
So we like the heal ban for the bite. I think
Not
that's
my
good.
Achilles heel.
Yeah. Heal ban bite, I like.
Especially like that.
Aura of sickness, I like. Rotted face is tight. And then it does have the basic, like, charge plus BA stomp. Is there anything else rattling around in the cage here? We've got we have 90% of a creature stat block. We just need to figure out how fast this son of a bitch is. The answer to me, by the way, is going to be like 1.5 times the speed of a horse in D&D.
The other thing I can see.
Oh, go ahead. I was just what's the move that like assassin goblins get where they can disengage for free?
Oh yeah,
disengage.
Well, there's a couple of options. Option 1 is disengage as a bonus action. Option 2 is a creature that's been attacked by this creature cannot take opportunity attacks against it. Or I guess we could do the really nasty version, which is if Hellhest attacks, it is immune to attacks of opportunity for 1 round, which is pretty gnarly. But there are some sort of equivalents of that.
What I was going to say is this would be a two-parter. One, I think that the Hellhest arrives on desiccated ground. That's its typical stomping grounds, but on Tis. Because that's sort of where the myth comes from, is this ground that's desecrated. I think that's where it is. When it's within desiccated ground, I think it can Misty Step. So it can make 30 feet of movement through this.
So we're going layer actions. We're going layer.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm seeing the vision here. So layer plus actions. A riding horse has a speed of 60 feet. A draft horse has a speed of 40 feet. So I think we put this bad boy at like 80 or 90 feet. Just let it be quick. I'm not mad about that. I like layer plus action. Is this like a... So, next question. Is a Hellhest a type of spirit? Or is a Hellhest a fractal of a like horse demon or horse god? I kind of like it being the sort of like Gulthias tree of it all. It's right. If the thought is no, a three-legged horse will rise from the dead with 3 legs. It's always Hellhest, and it's like, so like the horse comes back. No, it's just when the horse is Hellhest when it comes back in a sort of Dread Pirate Roberts way. I think is good. And the other option is there's a fucking evil horse god called Hellhest. And it's like these are archons of Hellhest. These are icons, little fragments of the horse god. I also just love the idea that the horses have their own pantheon. I just think that bangs. I like the idea that Shadowfax isn't an elven god of horses. Shadowfax is a horse god.
Yeah. The horses have their own beliefs, and they believe in this god. I think that because it's got its own road dogs, it needs to be a shard of a god.
When you're talking about like spirits, I was thinking like a different side, like undead.
Well, I would certainly hope so.
What? It's certainly undead, but what do you mean?
Oh, I just differentiations between spirit and undead. That was all I was thinking.
Oh, I was thinking spirit is in like ghost. Spirit is in like spectral, not as in like the spirit of the woods, Alrel. All right. So I can get into this. Okay, so there is a all right, so sort of God Archon kind of vibe with road dogs. So good. Okay. So in combat, let's break this down. Hellhest, we don't need to worry about like health and AC and all that shit. I think we all know what we're dealing, right? It's high AC, low health to me because it's like this plague monster. And it's the AC comes from its speed, so it's just like incredibly fast. It has an incredible dex save, and that's just what this thing rocks with. So, as ever, right? I have my strategy of creature creation, and I am a firm, adamant believer in it. I need 3 actions, 2 bonus actions, and a reaction, so that this thing is useful every turn, no matter what else happens. We know one of the bonus actions is free stomp. So now my question is, the bite, this like heel band bite, how nasty is that? Is it not included in its multi-attack, and so it can either multi-attack or bite, and so it's a choice the GM makes in the moment? Or is it bite, recharge 5/6, and this thing dishes out nasty damage?
I think it's cooler to have it be bite on a recharge, nasty damage, because you expect the skull to do something crazy. You gotta have it do something crazy when you see it.
I want to give it... I don't know if this is a good idea. My first thought is that the bite attack should be recharge 5/6, or if a creature dies within 30 feet of the Hellhest, cool. It recharges.
Which gives you a reason to focus Hellhest before the road dogs.
Yeah.
If you're like... But you can't focus him because he's too quick.
Yeah, I like the idea that like
synergy.
As the other horses, as these assistives fall, you see something like flow back into Hellhest, and its mouth starts to like drip green again, like it did when you first encountered it. All right. Action 1 is multi-attack. Right, is, charge stomp, bonus action stomp. What's one more action? Is this aura of sickness an action, or does it just run around during the battle to do that? I'm fine with it being either way. If not, what is this action? What is the third thing? We have damage. We have big damage temporary. We have big damage every turn. I would like something kind of utility, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking like a glare, like immobilization or something.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know. Well, I think that's a good idea, but I think I want to save that for the Road Dog of Fear.
Okay.
Right, because I'm imagining, right, Fear, Frenzy, Famine, like, we have a pretty easy sort of side deck going here, and I don't want to eat up too many outliers on
fair.
Hellhead. So I'm going to write that down on the back of this other sheet, though, because I definitely want there to be a Fear Horse. Can I say, you know what it immediately made me think of right away is, you ever seen the drawing of what it would look like if horses were predators with front-facing eyes?
Yeah.
It's the scariest shit I've ever seen in my life. That was my immediate thought, is you're like, what the fuck? Just immediately being like, what the fuck is that? That's the worst thing I've ever seen.
What
do we think?
Oh.
Spencer, take it first.
I'll do mine. What do you think about the idea of Hellhest as the leader being able to transfer locations of the other
is like
horses?
part of their raw speed?
Yeah, whatever it is, they're manipulating the location. So if like the warhorse is fighting the paladin, the warhorse can be swapped with pestilence to then counteract the right people. So the warhorse is like fighting the caster in the back. So all of a sudden, shit's bad for the party.
Is that an action or a bonus action?
I would do an action because that's a really pretty big maneuver.
All right.
And I do bonus action Misty Step.
Swamp. Yeah. I want that to be meaner than that. I want that to be meaner than that. I think it has to send a little like when it disappears, right? Because it has to fuck you over a little bit.
It could.
What was
if
the
we're going
spell?
with, if we're going with that, it could place an aura, its own aura there also. That raise sickness aura for a round.
That'd be so dangerous, leaving those pools of auras around. Good God, that's a party killer right there. We gotta remember the poison condition gives you disadvantage, I think, on death saves.
Probably.
Spencer, what was your? You had another thing, right?
What's the spell that you had in the original Curse of Strahd we played, when Strahd killed Ismark with his fist and it rotted away like a bunch of shit around him? It was
fucking inflict wounds.
Was that what it was? Yeah.
Well, that wouldn't have been something Strahd would use, but inflict wounds is the big, is the big one there. Wither and Bloom is the one that drains health and then restores it to another creature. I mean, those are the big two that I can think of.
It was some sort of rot, and I keep thinking desecration. That's just not it. That's nothing.
Let me
remember
search.
what it was.
Also, Brambles says hello.
Yo!
Hello. How's it going? Welcome to our Halloween special.
I suspect there will be a sweet...
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Now, Spencer, the spell that you are trying to call to mind here, do you remember if it did... is necrotic damage in the room with us?
I'm almost positive it was necrotic.
All right, well then let's keep moseying on here. We have one more. We like that for the bonus action. Does anybody have any reaction ideas?
I was gonna say the only other action I had in mind, was like a boost instead of a debuff. Nay of something, and it boosts like his and his allies. Whatever for like 2 rounds.
The Winnie of Woe.
Spencer, Blight sounds pretty.
It's Blight. It's
Okay.
Blight. I just pulled it up. It's Blight.
Blight would be good. I could do Blight. Blight step.
But I can also see the Winnie being on one of the other horses too.
Yeah, we got other boys.
Yeah.
We got other boys.
That'd be like a warhorse thing. Yeah,
we have
Blight Step is sick.
Blight Step is there. I like that. Now all we have left is a reaction. So this is the sort of what do we think the role of Hellhest in the combat is? What does it react to? You know, does it is it some kind of like interrupt kind of thing? Is it trying to keep people from connecting with abilities? Is it doing damage to people? Is it aiding the other horses? Does it, you know, does it juice an attack or something? What is this reaction? What could it be?
I want to always say, because this is the main guy, that boosting the other horses is good.
Yeah.
Like, that's solid. And that incentivizes killing the other horses. So that way this boost isn't happening. But when you kill the other horses, the bite attack comes back. It's a fun catch-22, if that's what's going on.
So then what's the reaction buff boost? Does it reduce damage that's taken? Does it increase damage dealt? Does it let you reroll an attack roll? My first thought is it adds, as a reaction, it can add necrotic or poison damage to an ally's attack. Tends to be like my first sort of knee-jerk.
What I could see is, as a reaction to it taking damage, it can take half of it and split it amongst the other horses. So it gets hit for 20 points of damage. 10 of it goes to the other horses. Split like 2 points, 2 points, 2 points, 2 points, and it only takes half damage. That way, there's a reason for the other ones to be there. It keeps this thing safer and alive longer.
Sick idea. Only change I'm going to make, it deflects the damage onto one of the horses so that you don't have to go, how many are there on the board? Yeah, or just to save that 2 seconds. I like that. I like that deflect. I like die for me is its reaction. Big important question. Not kidding. Does Hellhest talk?
No.
I don't think so.
Sick. Okay. It's something you want to decide early. You know what I mean? You just got to know. Is this creature going to talk to us? Is this thing going to like, I will know, you will know fear. Like, is this, how deep are we going here?
Follow up, when the druid inevitably tries to speak with animals, does that work?
I mean, for me, as the DM, I don't know what every DM's answer is going to be to this. My answer as DM would be, as you channel the spell, you feel a cold connection to something dark and large behind this creature. You feel a great purple, like, eye fall upon you. Make a wisdom saving throw. You gain one, you are afraid for a round. What are you afraid of? You are afraid of this horse because you know it is a part of something larger. I would punish the fuck out of a druid for trying to talk to Hellhest.
Yeah.
They do in fact gain insanity.
Yeah, we add a Call of Cthulhu mechanic in. We just say go buy. We say go spend $60 on a Call of Cthulhu book, flip to the Indefinite Madness chart, and get rolling, baby. All right, cool. I like that. I think that I would say that it's a bad fucking plan. It's not a horse. It's a piece of something dark and large that is behind it. All right, layer actions. We need 3. For me, layer actions, I want one of them to be usually like an opener, like a good, like, oh fuck, like immediate problem. Not necessarily a big problem, but just one that you're immediately like, ooh, that's gonna be tough. I want the second layer action to be we survive another round because D&D is fast with its combat if everybody's playing by the rules. And then turn 3 is, can I kill one of you? That's my instinct. That's when I design monsters. That's what I shoot for. Number 1 is flashy. Number 2 is survival. Number 3 is big damage. Do we have any alternate ideas of... So you kill this thing. You try to kill this thing wherever you are. It runs away. You track it to where this Archon came to be. You track it to this desecrated place that this horse rotted its way out of. My first... If I as GM, it's got to be a battlefield. It's just, this place is soaked in the blood of horses and men. And this horse...
Yeah, they were never buried.
Yeah, and they were never buried, and no one attended to them. It's one of my favorite things that the Witcher series does really casually that I think more things should lean into, where it's like, where do ghouls come from? It's tempting to be like, they are made by a necromancer in a dark castle. But I think it is always more fun to be like, we have funeral rites on this world for a fucking reason. If you don't bury someone, they're a ghoul like 3 days later. Their corpse gets back up. I think is always kind of powerful.
And the idea that when you show up here, you see that it's a battlefield, like there's destroyed wagons and swords plunged into the mud, but there's no dead human bodies because they were all pulled away by their allies.
And so it's just a littering of horses.
Horse bones.
That's
and
fucked.
It's like they couldn't do anything with them. It's super sick.
All right, I am gonna write horse graveyard. Yeah, horse graveyard. Battlefield. Battlefield dash took humans. Oh hi.
Noodle walking around. How's how's Noodle feeling? Is she better?
She's much better.
Good, I'm glad to hear.
She is playing and eating and pooping normally now.
Awesome.
The least surprising dog to have gotten into some trash. I gotta say, just so that just makes such perfect sense.
It's a given.
All right, so we need 3 layer actions that surround this idea of a fucking horse graveyard, right? You don't bury your horses. And I love that in this world, it's like the fact that there's an expression. In my mind, there would be an anecdote, an expression that would be about being cautious and thinking about all the consequences and cleaning up your messes. That would be like, bury your horses. It's like, what do? You have to bury your horses in this, as in all things. And it's why it is a reference to this. It is that it does. Oh, you know what it would be? It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter to you. If it wouldn't matter to someone so intensely that it would cause a problem, right?
Yeah, it's a good fun saying.
It's like even if you have a battlefield strewn with the corpses of your enemies, bury them too. Why? Bury your horses, man. You don't know who has a curse. You don't know whose family can hire a necromancer. You don't know shit. Play on defense and you'll have a better time. I think it's kind of fun.
Yeah, and make it still like a little more accurate. This probably doesn't happen every time a horse dies and isn't buried and stuff. It's just like there was some enchanter or something that took maybe there was a little too strong. The night bargain for something. A little cursed, or like the fleet.
Yeah, and it opens some secret play. Yeah, it's always got to be the Hellhest always has to be born out of some like crazy command horse, right? Some massive stallion that is well tempered, that then rots from the face and is accompanied by its cohort of compatriots. I think that's solid. Okay, so if we start to take a look at this layer action sort of spread here, we have to. It depends on how many co-horses are rolling up. Because my first thought would be that the layer action one would be a couple of the dead horses get up. But if we're already doing that, right? I don't want to keep sort of dipping down into the same well.
Don't be a dead horse.
I wonder if there's like maybe some kind of difficult terrain kind of thing, some sort of like it creates 3 30-foot pools of difficult terrain. Spencer, we're talking about that first layer action. My first thought was it makes some more dead horses, but we already are going to have, it sounds like, 3 or 4 combatants on the field. I don't want too many more than that. My second thought was some difficult terrain, a couple of pools of reduced movement speeds that this thing can really outflank you.
I was going to do Spectral Charge. Ghosts of horses rush out from many different directions, knocking into you. It can either make people prone or shove them 10 feet certain directions to get the battlefield where the horse wants it. So, like, that caster gets 10 feet closer to the horse nearby, and that one will bite it. Or it gets knocked prone and they get advantage on attack.
Okay, I like that. So some kind of, like, spectral stampede. Just like whirl in the mists around you, the whirling form of many horses begins to charge at you, and it's mostly a prone machine, right? It's mostly trying to do that. And then there's an additional element of maybe some damage kind of attached. So that's our big show, big show at the beginning. You've got a lot of allies. They've got a lot of horses. They ride up. The Hellhest like whinnies, and many spectral forms dash through you across angles. Some of you are pushed. Some of you are and basically they get to take the shove action. So they can either push you 10 feet or push you to the ground. And that's what happens as they sort of move through the moment. I like that. So turn number 2 for me most of the time needs to be about, shit, we took a lot of damage turn 1 because the players used all their good shit turn 1. So I'm looking probably for survivability, but survivability can mean a lot of things. Misty Step is fundamentally like a survivability thing, right? It gaining some HP, it gaining some AC, these things would all count. Do we have any ideas in that department? Or do we think this horse should be pure aggro? In which case, fuck it, no healing ability needed.
I could see like a mired bog ability where you get stuck in difficult terrain that the horses ignore. Your feet go 6 inches deep into mud that spawns around you on this battlefield, and the horses run over the top of it.
Are you thinking more like difficult terrain, or are you thinking more like entangle, hold person?
I'm thinking more like difficult terrain.
Okay.
This thing would suck to fight.
Yeah, this is
it's already
really
fast, and then you get terrain like that. Oh.
No, this is good because it tells me that our side horses are each going to be our side horses are each going to be 2 action, 2 bonus action, which is for me usually the best situation because they're all going to get the stomp bonus action and then probably a flavor one. But maybe not even. They're probably all just action, bonus action. They have horse action, cool action, bonus action, and we just don't worry about the rest of it because you're fucking dealing with all this. You don't want the DM to have to keep track of that many extra fucking abilities. They're gonna be at it all day. Okay, so difficult terrain, kind of like Swamp Storm, I think is really cool. We have a last one, and this, I tend to pitch that your last layer action, your last villain action, to use MCDM parlance, should be it should be, the Predator hitting the explosion key code on its arm thing. It needs to be, all right, I'm gonna lose the fight, but can I kill someone on my way down? Tends to be my first thing. If this creature was more of a Kelpie, I would imagine that it was like... it would like dive down and like entomb somebody, but I think that's a little I don't think that's thematically super duper relevant.
Yeah, we could do something with like a grave though.
Is this where we see it have some version of like a breath attack or hit multiple creatures with its... because right now it mostly does necrotic one at a time. And then it's buffing and it's poison damaging just by being close to you. Ooh, I have a good one. The last layer action does a shitload of damage to all creatures with the poisoned condition.
Exactly what I was gonna say. That's
yeah,
exactly what I was gonna say. Yep.
Brambles also, when we were talking about the difficult terrain, Muck in the Paddock.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very
much fits.
The poison stacking of it all. I will say, this is somewhere where I take, not all DMs will agree with, but that I think is objectively true. If your villain, if your fucking creature has a scary ability, you gotta tell the players about it. You've got to tell the players about it. You have to be like, you can't do the thing I see a lot of people say. They give it as like tactics advice, and I don't agree. Where they would look at this creature and they'd be like, don't tell them about the poison stacking, just get stacks of the poison condition and then detonate them. I totally disagree. I think every time somebody gets the poison connection, you need to be like, you see a spectral green light on a hill has shined rise. Like, you need to really drill home like, hey, that's bad. Don't let that fucking chill out on you. You're gonna have a bad time.
The funniest thing about it is the speed at which I'm seeing this combat and like poison go out. They're gonna be hard pressed to fix it, even knowing it.
Yeah.
Like if the cleric is just like, I'm on anti-poison duty, some people are still gonna be poisoned by the time this rolls around. Like, it's still gonna be bad.
All right, so we've got this sort of poison pop as our final action. I think I'm pretty happy with that, and I think that is Hellhest the main steed jammed out there. All right, we're 48 minutes in. It's 8:18 now, so we've got 42, right? We end at 9, 42 more minutes of creation time here. We need to make the rest of the road dogs. How many horses roll up? Is it one in 3 others, or is it 1 in 4 others? I'm tempted to say I either want there to be 5 or 7, and 7 feels like too many.
Ooh, 7 is too much.
Yeah. I was thinking 3.
It's just 3's lopsided. The visual's lopsided.
I was thinking 1 main and then 2 road dogs.
So a small group.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's funny. We play a lot of 3-person D&D. I try to remember that the average size of group is 4 to 7.
Yeah. True. As a DM, I just don't want to keep track of so many horses.
Yeah, but that's you. We have to be cognizant. We have to separate the us things from the. Another.
I would be cool if it was like 4 horses. So like it's the 4 horses apocalypse almost with its leader.
Yeah, the 1 and 2 and the 1 and 4, I'm both fine with. I prefer the 1 and 4, but I'm not like super attached to it. I would say I'll do the 1 and 2 if we swap out one of our actions for summon horse. If hot swap becomes replaced by, it can burn its action to summon another of the road dogs.
That's cool.
But if we do that, then the road dogs need to be pretty strong. The road dogs need to be 3 action, 2 bonus action, 1 reaction, just like our big dog here. Minimum, like something in that neighborhood.
The summon additional road dog could be like, if each of these is a shard or like a truly terrible knight's mount, the summon could be from the actual dead horses on the battlefield. So instead of it being like, there's 3 big hitter horses, 1 really big hitter, and then every time it does the summon action, those are like strong undead horses. They're not the road dogs. They're just other undead horses you have to deal with.
They're CR1 half prone machines. Like, they're just annoying. Yeah. Okay. So we'll do that if we want to. We don't need to do that. If we wanted to circle back and ditch the hot swap action. Okay. So I think I'm gonna go with, I'm leaning in Spencer's direction with the pitch with summoning more horses. I think this horse has 2 road dogs, and I think one of them is the ADC, and I think the other one is a necromancer. Pitch for the necromancer. I'm getting like fake unicorn with like a sword jammed through the top of its head.
Oh, that's fucking so cool. Yeah.
And that being our summoner, I'm very into. Like, it like raises and the sword glows, and it summons a couple of CR1 half horses.
Let's look at this from the perspective of horses that would have horse gods, right?
This is a small pantheon. This is the dead 3 of the horse pantheon. This is like the evil horse gods.
Mm-hmm. If we picture the terrible, scary things that horses would experience, I think Hellhest is just seeing death all around you and witnessing violence. This modeled unicorn would be like the terror of magic that these horses in this world experience. Firebolts flying at you, lightning striking everywhere. Things that seem unnatural to a horse. That would be this. That's why it's got the sword stabbed through its head. It's creepy as shit. And then, I don't know what the next one's going to be, but what else would horses be afraid of in this world in a really crazy way?
Well, I kind of like the war horse of it all. I think does make a lot of sense if Hellhest is primordial. Hellhest is the thing that horses have always been afraid of. And these 2 are fears that were visited upon horses later. Then fear of magic, because you can do magic to horses, and fear of war, because horses become beasts of battle. The only one I have left is burden.
That's the one I was thinking of, like work being thrown, like having a giant workhorse that was forced on here.
A horse covered in chains.
Do we think that maybe that is the war horse, right? Because it's not like they give the horse a gun. There's not a difference between a war horse and a freight horse, like fundamentally, except the war horse runs faster. Oh god, though. Yeah, no, I think that rules. I love the idea that it's like the burdened or whatever, and the fact that this is the three gods of fear of horses, where it's like, no, they're bad for people too. Why? People do bad stuff to horses. The horse gods don't like us, dude. They're not like, hell yeah, humanity. All right. So go ahead.
Oh, I was just thinking like the workhorse having like a plow affixed, like a small.
Oh, that's kind of tight.
Yeah.
We're getting into Dark Souls territory.
One of its abilities is charge, and it's just it's so much weight coming at you. Like you're gonna take a bunch of damage.
Okay, so first one up is our sword unicorn. If we have two big dogs, then the summoner, I know what the summoner's last ability is, and it's summon minions. You can just use low CR creatures that'll probably get killed in one hit. Check out MCDM's minion rules if you want to have a sort of more pliable version of the same kind of kit. Summon minions, and then ram, because we're going to give it this fucking sword. I need one more action for the horse of the fear of magic, of fireballs and lightning bolts and blights and all of that those horrible things that are alien to a horse. Fear beyond fear. Fear beyond the ken of what exists naturally, right?
Do we want to give it like a silence ability to stop the magic?
Well, that's kind of fun.
Cool. That's pretty sick. Can it have like jeweled eyes? Like emeralds in place of where the eyes are?
Like a demi-lich?
And I think those glow.
Yeah, and I think then you just put in a lore tidbit about where this god of horses came from, and there is just a legend of one of the great magocracies of the world, someplace that had the witch emperor, and they had a steed that they had transformed into a suitable thing, and so it had all these crazy abilities, and then when the empire fell, the horse died by having a sword rammed through the bottom of its fucking head, and now there is this, and now it is a god of horses. I think is tight. Okay.
Horses ascending to godhood, I love it. I love that it wasn't like at all, it was always there. No, it ascended.
I like the idea that animals in general can do that, because one of my favorite fantasy tropes is people and their spirits are separate. Animals and their spirits occupy the same space, and that is why they have instincts in a way that we really don't. That's why they can walk quickly after being born in a way that we can't. It is a real thing, and so I kind of like the idea that an animal can ascend to godhood. A person can't, because our souls aren't conjoined. They are separated, which I think is kind of interesting. Okay, so what is action 2 then? What is it? I want this horse to cast a fucking spell. Do we want that to be silenced? Do we like the idea that it goes up to make that like whinny with its fucking legs up, and you don't hear anything, and then you realize you aren't hearing anything at all? Or does the horse blow a fireball? Like,
I like silence because it's gonna really piss off the spellcasters.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting the most like fucking I'm getting absolutely brain bombed by some fucking like Conan the Barbarian shit of this fucking unicorn sword horse up on a mountain, and lightning lightning strikes the horn, and then it like breathes the lightning out. I think it's too silly, but it's immediately what was beamed into my head. We've been playing too much Magic. I'm looking at too much fantasy art on little cards. All right. I like silence. I think that is fucking brutal. As a spellcaster, I'd be pissed. Do we want to... If it is an anti-magic horse, if it represents horses standing up against their fear of magic, then we can give it a bonus action. We can give it reaction spell mirror.
Spell.
Oh, ye of little faith. Spell mirror. Reflect it back, bitch ass.
Ooh, that's funny.
You cast me. What's the fucking the frog deck over here? I'm not playing frogs. We're playing frogs. You're in on this too, big dog. Okay. So is this a horse that uses magic? and silence is a spell, or is this a horse that finally has seized the power to repel magic?
I feel like it would be scarier as a horse to see a horse that can use magic. I gotta be so... Like, that's so crazy. Because it's the evil god. Their god of redemption would be able to reflect.
But we still like silence?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So bonus action then, my inclination is the spellcaster gets a bonus action that buffs horses. Unless we would rather be just debuffing.
No, I think that buffing is cool.
Sure.
Buff damage, though,
Brambles.
right? Evil gods don't buff your AC.
Not fun.
Bramble said, counterspell, nay!
Pretty good. And then what's another good quick little bonus action interaction for this horse? Because right now it's not doing any spells.
Yeah.
It's buffing some damage and it can summon minions. So right now it's a necromancer. Straight up.
I mean, a ranged attack on any level of magic ranged attack is so fucked. It could be like guiding bolt or a hunter's mark, or it could be straight up. As a bonus action, it does a firebolt. It blasts flame from its sword horn and it hits you 60 feet away. And you're like, we're fighting horses. How am I taking damage 60 feet away?
Fucking
I was
Eldritch.
thinking the cantrip Bell Toll.
Oh, Toll the Dead.
Toll Dead.
Dead. Yeah, it's pretty fucking sick. That's pretty sick.
Okay, so so damaging distance is the heart of what we're getting to here.
Yeah.
What's the fucking reaction for the summoner horse? What the hell is this? I don't think it can be counterspell. I think it being flip spell is too mean. What the hell does this nasty boy do?
I could see like a hellish rebuke. In reaction to taking damage, it just burns your shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think that actually is what it's got to be.
You're illuminated in a pillar of flame. The ranger, 120 feet away. I got him!
Oh, I wanted to say, Spencer, you were away for the final conclusion of bury your horses. The version of that we sort of settled on is saying bury your horses is like saying, like bury your enemies too. Just don't risk it. Why? Because you don't know what's going on. It's why bury your horses. Why?
Loose ends.
Horses have gods, man. You want to piss off the horse god? For what? For what reason? Why do you want to do that? Just bury him. What?
Take the extra day, bury him. You're good.
Oh, you know what it is? It's the expression is the equivalent of the play Antigone, where it's like, hey man, just do it. What? Just do it. Why? Because it's not that big a deal. Like we're not gonna worry about this. Do you want that anger?
I know there's a 1% chance that the horse gods show up and they take vengeance upon the town.
But it's 1%.
That 1% is there.
It's
it still
there.
exists.
Have you ever won
Burying's not that hard.
Have you ever won a scratch off? Like, guess what? Then well, there you go. Okay. You ever pulled a good card? It's like that's the same odds. All right, in that case, we've got this horse in the bag. It has a ram attack, it has a ram action, it has a silence action, it can summon minions as an action with a recharge. It can buff it can buff horse damage, it can damage at a distance, those are bonus actions, and then it can reaction hellish rebuke. And now we have the burdened. Do we still want to stick? Do we like the idea that this is a horse like laden with chains and a plow?
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're going like big draft horse. So I like that. So I think the summoner's horse is like the very stately Arabian with its like little curly nose, and it's like tap 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 tap. It like walks in that weird way. And I think the burdened is this massive, thick-necked draft horse. And then I think Hellhest is a riding horse. It's like a normal horse. And so we kind of get the spectrum of horses in the scene. So its first action then is plow. right, is like very damaging, full charge. It knocks you back 5 feet. You take damage. You get knocked prone. Make a strength save. It's gnarly for a bunch of reasons. I need 2 more actions. I'm trying to resist the urge to have this thing go Sif style and like swing the plow around. I think that's a bad idea. I don't think that's thematically good. Does it have an action to burden someone else?
I think that's pretty cool.
Make a strength save or be restrained as the fact that we're making the fucking Jacob Marley of horses, where it's like the chains you forged in life, you carry in death.
Yeah.
A chain goes around your neck for every horse whose death lays on your hands. One of the characters does it, and like a single link is on their shoulder, and they're like, I couldn't save him. They just had like a very sad. No. Meanwhile, the barbarian has like a chain going all the way around.
I like to eat horses.
What can I say? All right. I like the
player was the druid that had a whole bunch. I'm sorry.
I've done what I had to do. I'm a serial killer, but for horses. All right. So I like the idea that it has like burden.
Burden's good. I will say Brambles had a fun idea for the summoner. Hold your horses. Your spell goes off still, but it's next turn.
Very funny.
That's
mean
so
as shit.
funny.
That's
Incredibly
really good.
mean. Just delaying. Honestly. Oh god. That's pretty funny. All right.
Hold your
Cool
horses on
spell
like
too.
Revivify or something
Whoa.
would be great.
Whoa.
It's like, or a healing spell. Hold your horses on that. The turn goes past, they die. They fail to save.
We could do something extremely gross, which is that like the buff ability, the buff damage ability, if it is cast, can be cast on a dead horse and it gets up. We would just need to say it gets up and does 1 round or something. I wouldn't want it to be like a permanent fixture.
Yeah.
All right, I need 1 more action from the burden. We have plow, and then we have burden, where you are sort of restrained by chains and weights and a big, like, a thing. Blinders appear on your head, a bit gets shoved in your mouth. There's a whole BDSM thing going on with this horse. What's our third action?
That's in the lore background.
That's in the lore. Hey man, I'm just looking at the facts. We came up with the horse we came up with, and we said it's a chain horse that represents the burdens of being ridden around. I don't fucking make the rules. So what's 1 more horse action?
I'm trying to think of other stuff that's fucked up about being a beast of burden, and I am picturing like the crop whip and how that could come in. Like anybody within melee.
Oh, is this
the beast of burden?
Is this where we get our fear mechanic? You hear the crack of a whip.
You
That's fun.
have to resist it. That's pretty sick.
Because that's the other thing the beast of burden fears.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and now we have 2 bonus actions and a reaction. We already have a bonus action that's damaging distance. We already have... I think this one has to also get the stomp.
Yeah, this one does a little more damage.
And then we want 1 more bonus action. What do we think that could be? Something that's attached to this idea of the beast of burden. This, like, beleaguered, weary, exhausted horse. Frothing with sweat, the way that their sweat, like, froths on their sides when they're going to die soon from the exhaustion.
I could see some version of like command, because if this thing is typically the thing being commanded, the horses are fearful of the command.
Oh, it has the
that
fucking
being the thing that happens.
It has the like War Master, like move up to your speed and take an attack.
Yeah. Either that.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the spell command.
I was thinking like it could issue commands to the horses.
I was picturing commands to the people, but I did think that was too spellcasty-y. So instead, doing the commands to the other horses makes more sense thematically. So Michael, you were right. That's what I was thinking. Ethan,
Yeah.
I think that yours is better.
Command horse. Anytime you let a creature just move and attack, I think it's just the best move because it's just so fucking mean. It's just disrespectful in a way that I'm very into.
And it's brutal with Hellhest because every time Hellhest gets near somebody, bad shit happens. So when it moves again, great.
Very true. All right, and now all we have left is a reaction for the burdened.
I could see like some sort of freedom of movement. If it's limited or stopped in some way, it can move past regardless.
Maybe it can give another creature basically the disengage action. And it is so Hellhest doesn't disengage itself. The burdened disengages for Hellhest.
Yeah, that's cool.
That incentivizes you to get the other horses down as fast as you can because they're all sort of cross-buffed. Because right now we have a really good ecosystem of them buffing and buffing each other and debuffing these bad guys, and we have a lot of directional buffing where the summoner and the burdened buff Hellhest. So I like that all a lot. So if we can get that from the burdened, I think it should be like as a reaction, prevent all attacks of opportunity that would happen as a as part of the movement that is about to happen or whatever.
That is cool.
I'm just gonna write AOO Banhammer and trust myself. Future me's gonna wonder why I wrote it that way, but he's not gonna be confused. He's just gonna be like, "Why'd you write it like that?
Why this?
Why didn't you just write disengage?" Like, that's strange.
Mass disengage.
It's because AOO Banhammer sounds better. Okay, so that's when one's not enough and two is too low. That's 3 horses, man. We done did the dang thing.
3 horses and a whole bunch of mini horses.
Are we
exactly
ponies, if you will?
So rest of the episode, we come up with the rest of the horse pantheon, probably.
I mean, probably because these are the dark 3, right? So like, what else?
We don't actually have to, but I am immediately curious about the good and kind horse gods. Like, what are they?
Is there like? I mean, I'm fine with doing it because I'm about to start talking about it. Here's the thing, chat. None of us are horse people. We didn't grow up as horse people. Like, we're not horse girls, horse boys. So we're gonna say some shit that probably doesn't make any sense at all, and that's fine. And like, we know enough about horses.
Yeah, I think what we've said so far makes perfect sense, though.
My first thought is like the horse of hearth and hay or some shit, where it's like the joys of being domesticated, right? Because we can't set up a situation where the 3 evil horse gods prove that horses are being subjugated. That can't be what we do. There needs to be some balance.
Because it's like sometimes it's subjugating.
Sometimes
it's chill.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really chill. There's got to be like the horse of freedom. We got like Spirit the horse.
I was thinking
that
the
runs
horse of
about.
The free run.
It's Spirit, the stallion of the Cimarron, is canonical in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
I bet that licensing deal would be cheap for Wizards.
Yeah,
I bet that would not be inexpensive. I bet a couple of grand in whoever in DreamWorks' pocket gets that taken care of. Easy street.
And the art already done. The idea of opening up the next unedited
Spirit,
whole page Spirit, just looking,
just fucking Matt Damon, just in there. Oh,
Gods of the Prairie,
and it's
there he is,
and all the other gods are drawn out like normal D&D, and then it's just
DDR,
Spirit.
just Spirit.
Oh god,
I think we have a god of like apples.
Oh yeah,
of course, like apples.
That's like the god of wine.
Gluttony.
You know what I mean? Like that's who the god of apples is.
So are there? Well, if we want to be reflective, there could be 6 horse gods, and there could be 3 good. Like they could fit on like a 6-sided sort of shape divinely, because I think the opposite, right, of the burdened would be this sort of free roaming, the Mustang or whatever, right? This like free riding horse. And then the opposite of Hellhest, right, is the horse of plenty. Is this horse of like bounty and the harvest and all of these sort of positive associations with horses and civilization.
There's only one more, right?
Yeah, so what's the opposite of an evil sorcerer horse? Everybody say one really quick. Hey, everybody, what's the opposite of a sorcerer horse? A horserer?
Yeah, I don't know if we can go with perfect foils because, like, the obvious one for me would be the horse god of companionship, where it's just like the whole thing is how it's cool to be part of a team where it's a human and a horse. Like, that's sick as shit.
So in the way that the summoners,
awesome.
in the way that the summoner like puppeteers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not a partnership. Like that horse was made into a terrible simulacrum of a horse. This god is like, man and beast can live as one. Ride upon my back, human, and we shall sow seeds of joy.
We shall. I see. Now my temptation is that there needs to be 3 neutral horse gods.
Yeah, I agree.
Brambles said Valkyrie horse.
I refuse. There's no version of reality where this isn't Bramble's favorite episode of our show we've ever done. We've just been talking about fucking horses for an hour and 15
Just
minutes.
horses.
This is the move. All right, so if we have a good and an evil pantheon of horses, what is the new? So if burdened and freedom is one of our axes, what is the neutral? What is the neutral?
The neutral, I feel like it'd be like stagnant. Like it's to the point where you're not like, it's almost like tired. Like a hard day's work is like, it's just done.
I think to take an angle off of that would be like a foal, a horse that hasn't reached the age of going any path would be where I hit that. It's limitless opportunity, but no capacity to pursue anything.
The horse of potential.
Yeah, like it doesn't actually do anything.
I hate how into these fucking horse guys I am. Oh no, brother, no. If I was playing in my DMs, if we all signed up to play in some random fucking D&D game and we showed up to their homebrew world and we discovered at some point a pantheon of 9 horse gods that all were this flushed out, I would become so enraptured with being like, I need someone to cast Speak with Animals on a fucking pigeon now.
Do you have a god?
Are there pigeon gods? Are there bird gods? Do birds of prey have different gods? I immediately have 500 questions. I have questions for these horse gods. So,
hey folks, we're changing our channel. We're only doing animal gods now.
We're doing animal gods now.
That's it.
Plug them into your world.
Foolhardy Press. What do we press? Animal god coasters, posters, and t-shirts, baby. What's up? Our first merch is 9 t-shirts, each from a different horse. I need to get a hold of this guy who draws the My Little Pony horses stat. We are burning money right now. We are burning money.
His burdens are mine, and it's the chain horse.
Not like a deeply religious, not the like he carried me style. Like
Brambles is deemed as Zuhardy Press.
Zuhardy Press. Yes. Oh no!
On the back of every shirt it says "Bury your horses."
This was supposed to be the horror episode. We fucked it. We absolutely fucked it.
If I saw somebody that had a shirt that said "His burdens are mine" and it was a chained up horse, and the back it said "Bury your horses," I would have to talk to the person.
All right, there we go. No, I'm calling it. First piece of merch. I carry his burdens. Is it I carry his burdens or he carries my burdens?
I think that he carries our burdens.
He carries our burdens.
The best.
And our theme song will forever be "Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy."
My cheeks hurt, and I'm writing the T-shirt down. If I give Spencer a shirt with this on it, I know he will wear it. And Nicole will shoot me with a real gun. Okay.
Now I have a question. Are Centaur beholden to these gods in any way?
I think that's their choice, man. I don't know. It depends on if centaurs in fiction are like horse people in the way that they are in typical fantasy, or if we're doing the fucking like Theros Ravnica, like they are a third thing.
Yeah, they're not really horses. They just kind of look like horses.
There's been a wars waged upon between centaurs,
a
on.
long and bloody war over that. That's pretty good. All right, so if Hellhest and the Harvest are opposite, what is the middle of that? Pestilence and Plenty being on opposite ends of the spectrum. Is this like the Druid horse? Is this the horse of balance?
That's pretty fun. Because, there's no creation without destruction.
If Hellhest is Orcus, this could also be the horse of, like, the cycle. This could be the horse Grim Reaper, the horse of life and death.
That's fun. And it makes sense with its counterpart being Hellhest, who arrives at these battlefields. This is the thing that would be appeased with the burials of the horses.
I kind of like the idea that in this world, then, not burying a horse is how you get Hellhest sent your way. And I think this god, the reason that the horse of life and death is, I think, very much feared, is it sends Hellhest if you fail to, like, care for it. But then I think whatever the good version is, whatever, like, the horse of harvest is, I think in this world, if a horse dies of old age and you bury it in a field, that field will, like, grow.
That's pretty sick.
Plentiful for many years to come, I think is cool. And now, if the, like, subjugated, warped sorcerer horse is one end of the spectrum, and the companion, like, warm, cared for horse is the other, what is in the middle?
The horse of the wild.
We already have Freedom Horse.
We do. That's where Centaur is. It's both magic and normal.
The idea of one of them just being a centaur who has to deal with 8 other horse gods that don't speak would be so fucked
Horses
up.
are not like a human minority. They are a horse minority. It's so weird. All right. But so how would we sort of sort this? So sorcerer we associate with magic, but also has this association with, like, the warped, bent, servile horse, as opposed to the companion horse that is on the other end. If I try to imagine the middle, one of the options that comes into my mind is the beast of burden, is the horse that has a job. We obviously already have that occupied as well. So is it, like, not a free horse? Is it just like an unbroken Mustang? Like a kind of... I'm thinking of that kind of avenue. We almost go in sort of a horse of rage direction that I'm not sure I want to do.
Yeah. I almost think like a travel horse almost, where it's not work, but it's still kind of work.
Oh yeah,
like...
we have a horse of freedom. We don't have a horse of travel. Are those the same thing?
I think it's the same thing.
It's close though.
Yeah, it's not freedom, it's not work. The horse of travel is pretty cool because horses see every section of the world, but because humans have brought horses across the world to see those corners, so where it's like the horse god of experience, like where it falls in there, but in a weird way.
Brambles put in, freedom is going anywhere, travel is getting to a destination.
Yeah.
It's like purposeful.
The horse god of purpose.
I don't hate that. Because because the sorcerer's purpose has no purpose, it is forced into servitude. The companion has purpose in that it suits itself to the others. The middle being a horse of its own purpose.
So fucking cool. Any horse that doesn't worship the horse of purpose, bozo. You should be worshiping the horse of purpose.
I also like the idea that in this world, it's like no. The horse god of purpose is true, but the god of purpose is also this horse. Like, humans also pray to this. I like the idea that the spirit of burdens is not like a chained up man. There are more horses in chains than men. I think it's interesting.
It's cool.
Boys, we made a full 3x3 grid pantheon of horses. And I'm looking at the list, we even did some real law neutral chaos shit on this page. the burdened and freedom of it all being one of those axes. Guys, I don't know how to say this other than that. We've done it again.
We did it.
Oh, it's tough.
We done did it.
You know, it's tough absolutely nailing it every time. We have a little bit of time left. It's been so long. Spencer, it's bit time. I think we need to do Halloween pop culture character creator.
Fun.
I think we need to do pop culture character creator with icons of stage and screen of horror, perhaps.
All right, I've got it.
All right. What are we rolling?
It's a list of 500.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to do a number generator.
Okay, do that.
Okay.
I wish I could have a number wheel. We should set up a number wheel for this on stream because we remembered that we could do that a little while ago.
500 slots would be a really big wheel.
All that matters is that it flashes up with the final result.
79.
Wow.
Pretty low.
Yeah, what are the odds of that? Let's see who
So
we
for
got.
those of you who aren't aware, wait, I'm gonna wait to give this explanation until after Spencer tells us what 79 is. Was it?
Wait a second.
Oh no.
This website's only giving me between 476 and 500. Where are the rest?
Where's the
Why
rest
did he
of
do
you?
a 500 list? All right,
mean-
I'm gonna do a different one. I'm gonna do numbers 1 through 30.
Okay.
79.
30. That's gonna be 2.
2. That's
Same
crazy.
low.
These busted ass websites do not make it easy, but I'm getting there.
Okay. We're rolling. Hang in there, everybody. You're moments away.
Just on the Babadook. We're not gonna get the Babadook. Just putting that out there. We got Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Jeez, that's a poll.
While everybody thinks, I'm gonna explain the game very quickly. Pop culture character creator, very simple. We say the name of a significant character, and then it's the job of all of us to comb through our mental maps and find the D&D class and hopefully subclass that we feel is best attuned to that character. And from there, we try and make it work. That's the basic premise of the game.
Now, with that being said, I'm going to give Ethan a second to think. What is your guys' experience with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? I'll go first. I just watched the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre and the most recent Texas Chainsaw Massacre like 6 months ago. So pretty fresh in my head.
Why did you pull a Jeepers Creepers double feature in fucking March?
I think that we saw a trailer and we were like, let's watch it, me and Nicole. It was awful to do that because the most recent one was terribly bad, but the original very good. Michael, what's your experience?
I've seen the original a decent length away ago.
Time passed. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's been years.
I believe that I have seen the original, although I must be honest, I am simply not sure. This would be many moons ago. Spencer, for the record out there, I have a letterboxd with like 1,085 movies in it, man. I've watched most of them that I've had the opportunity to, except lately. New movies. I don't think they're all slop. It's just I'm not paying $18 to go see a flick.
No chance. Well, I'm ready.
I'm ready
I don't know
too.
about you boys.
I'm ready.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm gonna go first.
Do it.
Barbarian.
Sweet.
We got a real easy choice on that. He is big as shit, strong as hell. He puts people on hooks by picking them up. Like he's that guy. He's a barbarian. Unarmored. He wears his overalls or whatever the fuck. Like he doesn't wear anything else. But subclass, it's Path of Ancestry, Path of
Ancestral Guardians.
Yeah, Ancestral Guardians. Because his whole thing is that his family, he's got his road dog family with him. They're all guiding him in doing what needs to be done, which is murdering random people for no reason. Right? It started because his dad was a murderer and he got his kids into it. So that's that's the crux of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is he is not working alone. He is a barbarian, and it's because his family's guiding him to do it. It's Ancestral Guardian.
Powerful. Pappy in the wheelchair coming in clutch. I am also ready. I'm going to hit you next with a Battlesmith Artificer. He's got that chainsaw on him.
He does.
And I would like to argue that if I was going to make the bad guy version of this, that skin mask would be a magic item. So my argument is that he is a Battlesmith Artificer who is maybe has been flavor swapped intelligence for wisdom or something. I don't know. Yeah. But that's my early inclination.
There's even the hook room. Who put the hook room in there? You know what I mean? Who built that? Probably him.
He's
funny. The one who uses it.
Really funny to imagine him going to Home Depot and buying the rail for the hooks to go on, and then methodically measuring and leveling the rail, and then doing slide checks to make sure there's not too much weight on one side.
There's a serial killer room. Somebody built it.
The logistics of horror are underexplored, Spencer. You make a good point. All right, so that's my pitch, Michael. Take us home.
My pitch is fighter. Specifically, Eldritch Knight. His weapon of choice. Yeah, his weapon of choice, or his soulbound weapon, is the chainsaw, of course. Eldritch Knights get a bonus action to kind of damp weapons into that. Yeah. That chainsaw comes out of nowhere sometimes.
It does kind of just show up.
I like the idea that now you're always how the fuck does he have that chainsaw? Again, what really happens is he runs behind and he goes and he just appears out of midair.
And then Eldritch Knights do get magic capabilities. I think it's he is stronger than human capabilities. He's just buffing himself with his spells.
That and haste. Have you seen that motherfucker run? He's 350 pounds. He's sprinting in the first movie. That's what makes him scary. He's got haste. I like it. I also would have accepted Bard, just for the chainsaw dance at the end of the movie.
Fair.
So that's also out there.
I guess I'll take it. All right. Powerful stuff. All right. Well, with that, it is 9 o'clock. We have perfectly executed on the end of that. You're welcome for the horse gods. We will see you all next week for another very terror-tinged horror episode that definitely doesn't immediately slant into making a pantheon of 9 horse gods. Thank you all so much for watching. Check out check out The Prince of Charming. Soon you're going to have a new show to look forward to. Thank you all so much for watching. We will catch you on the next one. Peace out.